For this video, we're going to do another example working with the unit circle and using that as a reference to figure out sine, cosine, and tangent for any degree within 360. Alright, so in this example, using the unit circle, we're going to use a reference angle to find the exact value of sine, cosine, and tangent of 330 degrees. Okay, so before we get anywhere, what we need to do is look at this unit circle and figure out where 330 degrees is and what sort of triangle we can use. Okay, knowing that we're starting, let's see here, let's grab a pen. Knowing that we're starting at 0 and going in the positive direction, there's 90, there's 180, there's 270, and I need to get to 330, so I'm going to keep on cranking until I get to about here. Okay, and then what that's going to do is it's going to create an angle that goes straight through like so. Okay, from there, the triangle that I'm going to use, remember I'm always going to bounce my triangle straight up from this dot on the unit circle, so I'm perpendicular with the x-axis. And there's the triangle that I'm interested in. Again, let's highlight this because it's such a good one. Okay, now that we've found this triangle, let's just go ahead and give ourselves a sketch over here of what that triangle is. Okay, so here's parts and pieces that of the triangle that I need, and in the hypotenuse, I know since this is a unit circle, that length is going to be 1, and then in the x direction, this is going to be root 3 over 2, and in the y direction, it's going to be negative 1/2. Okay, now what we're looking for is sine, cosine, and tangent of 330. So let's give ourselves that good old reminder of SO, CA, and TOA. Alright, and then first things first. Sine of 330. Alright, sine of 330 equals, remember we're going from this angle right here, opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse. This is going to be negative 1/2 over 1. And since it's all over 1, I could just rewrite it as negative 1/2. Okay, next up, cosine of 330. Cosine of 330 is going to be, let's erase these arrows in here. Okay, we're going to work with adjacent, so there's my adjacent angle, over hypotenuse. So this is going to be root 3 over 2 all over 1. And same thing as with sine, since it's all divided by 1, I'm just going to rewrite this as root 3 over 2. Okay, and lastly, tangent of 330, and that's going to be opposite over adjacent. This is going to be negative 1/2 all divided by root 3 over 2. And what we want to do is we want to get rid of this denominator because it's a compound fraction. There's a whole bunch of fractions in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, 2 over root 3. And since I did that in the denominator, I have to do the same in the numerator. So 2 divided by root 3, right? And then in the denominator, well, we can start crossing stuff out, right? We can cross these 2's out, and we can cross the root 3's out, and we're left with negative 2 over 2 root 3. Well, that's almost there. What we lastly need to do is we need to rationalize this denominator, so I'm going to multiply again by root 3 over root 3, and I'm left with negative 2 root 3 all over, okay, so these two things right here, they turn into 3, so I get 2 times 3, and that gives me 6. And that is the tangent of 330. Here's the cosine of 330, and here's the sine of 330.